driving comedian, once again, practicing some of his material. I'm going to try to cut it down to 15 minutes. From my understanding, that's how long I have for open mic. I want to share with you guys, first time I learned what a grandma and grandpa was. I remember like it was yesterday. My mom and I was about 4 years old, and my mom and dad took me and my older sister to a house party, right? And when we get there, we were early because my dad was part of the band, so we were there a little early. And so as the adults come and they bring their kids, the kids get congregate together and they play, and then the adults do the adult stuff, right? So we get there and I see my friend Carlitos. He's playing in the sandbox with his toys, so I go over there and go play with him. I'm kicking back with him, and this lady comes up to him and says, "Oh, Carlitos, you have little moquitos here." And she gets a napkin and she wipes his nose, and he's like, right? And then she goes, "It's getting kind of chilly out here. I'm gonna go get your jacket. Yeah, I'm gonna put your jacket on. Make sure that, you don't catch fever or anything like that, right? Or you get worse." So she scurries away, right? About 5 minutes later, she comes back with this jacket and puts it on, and she asks me, "Victor, are you cold, or would you like your mom to bring you your jacket?" I go, "No, I'm good. I'm not that cold. I'm not cold." And she's like, "Okay, fine," and she leaves, right? And we're still playing, and then a little bit later, she comes back with a taco in her hand, not on a plate, but in her hand, and comes up and says, "Here, Carlitos, take a couple bites of the taco." And you know how little kids are, "Please, baby, just take a couple of bites, and I'll leave you alone. Just a couple of bites, just for Grammy." And she goes, "All right," and then he takes a couple of bites. All right, or good boy, okay, and she scurries away. 5 minutes later, she comes back with a drink and with the same taco. I said, "Okay, baby, just a couple of more bites." And this time he didn't struggle. That was some good carne asada that we're here having. He eats the rest of the taco and takes a drink of what she brought him. And she asked me, "Victor, are you hungry? Because if you're hungry, I'll tell your mother to come and bring you some food." And I go, "No, I'm cool. Maybe later, but I'm cool for right now." And she goes, "Okay, all right," and she scurries away. By this time, my curiosity has peaked, so I asked Carlitos, "Hey, Carlitos, can I ask you something?" He goes, "Yeah, sure." He goes, "Okay, who is that lady to you, all right? I know she's not your mom, because your mom's over there with my mom, drinking and dancing and carrying on, but who is that lady to you?" He goes, oh, that's my grandma." "Your grandma? What's that?" He goes, yeah, see, that's my mom's mom." I went, "Yeah, see, when my grandma was when my mom was a freaking little girl, that was her mom. But when she got older, she had me. Now, that's still her mom, but now that's my grandma." I went, oh man, that's crazy." He goes, yeah, "Man, I wish I had a grandma." He goes, "You do. Not only do you have one, you have two." I went, "Two? Yeah, check it out. Your dad has a mom, and that's your grandma too." I went, "Get out of here." He goes, "Yeah, man, you don't know half of it. Christmas time and my birthdays, I clean up, man, because both grandmas are in constant competition with one another, trying to outdo each other." And so, I mean, my last birthday, I got a Sega Genesis, right, for a console, video game, and my grandma found out. This grandma found out. She goes, "Man, I'm going to get you the Atari. Now I'm going to get you the Atari, right? And so now I'm going to have both consoles, man. Yeah, not just one, but two of them." And I'm thinking, man, you lucky, bro. He goes, "Yeah, and another thing is, my mom has to obey my grandma." "Yeah, because that's her mom. She has to freaking do what her mom says. So she does what my grandma says." I went, check this out. He gets up, walks up to a bush walks up to a bush, pulls down his pants, and starts urinating in the bush. I'm looking, I'm like, oh my God, this fool has just lost his mind. As soon as his mom sees him doing that, he's through. He's dead meat. There's no way, man. He must have, I don't know. And true to my word, true to my thoughts, and people are coming in. People are coming in, arriving to the party, and they see, and on the way in, they see Carlitos urinating in the bush, and they're like, they start buzzing up. Ah, look at little Carlitos with the little wee wee out, freaking peeing inside the bush. Ah, they're laughing their ass up, and his mom heard, and she goes and she flips out and loses it. Oh my God, Carlitos, I can't believe you're doing this. Oh my God. How embarrassing! You're embarrassing me. You're embarrassing my father. Oh my God! How many times have I told you never to do that? And is about to spank him, and Grandma swoops in like a superhero and says, "Ah, don't you dare hit that baby. You leave that baby alone. I'm taking care of him. I'm in charge of him. I'm making sure everything that he needs is taken care of. You just go back to your debauchery and your friends, and I'm taking care of the baby. You leave him alone. I got him. All right? You leave him alone. Don't you dare lay a hand on him." And she looked at Grandma and didn't say another word. Turned around and walked away. Grandma says, pulls up the plate, goes, "Don't worry, you're not in trouble. It's okay. I mean, you had to go to the bathroom, right? I mean, I'd rather you go in the bush than in your pants. I mean, you had to go. You don't know where to go. So, she just doesn't understand that. So, but you're not in trouble. You're fine. Okay? You just let me know when you have to go to the bathroom again, and I'll take you. All right? So, and so go back to go play with Victor, little Victico. Comes back, sits down in front of me, and looks at me and says, "Yep." My mouth is, I could have caught flies, but my mouth was like, oh my God, I had never seen such a spectacle. I couldn't believe it. And so he goes, "So, where's your grandma?" He asked me. I go, "That's a damn good question, man, because I don't know. I'm gonna hit my mom up as soon as we get home tonight. I'm asking her. All right, I gotta find out." So later on the night, I said, "Mom, can I ask you a question?" She goes, "Sure." She goes, "Do I have a grandma?" And she goes, "Of course you have a grandma." And he goes, and then I asked him, "So where is she then?" "Well, I believe she lives about 4 houses down the street." I go, "Hold on, let me get this straight. Not only do I have a grandmother that I haven't met yet, she just lives down the street. Why doesn't she come over and visit us? I mean, or we go over there and visit them. What's the deal?" She goes, "Well, me and your grandmother are not on speaking terms right now. Matter of fact, I'm fed up with her. I have given her the cross. She is dead to me. And when anytime my mom gives you the cross, that's it. You're done. You no longer exist in her world. All right, you're done. So I have given her the cross, but that's between me and your grandmother, right? But if you want to meet your grandmother and you want to spend time with her, you have every right to do so. But here's the catch." He goes, "You're going to have to go. I'll take you tomorrow, but you're going to have to go up to her door, knock, and ask for her yourself. Because again, I'm not speaking to her, so you're going to have to ask for her yourself." I said, "Psst, have you met me? Please. That ain't no problem." He goes, "All right, tomorrow I'll take you to grandma's." And true to her word, the next morning, she took me to my grandmother's house. I get out the car and I walk up the porch steps and knock on the door, my grandma's door, with a grin from ear to ear. Man, I can't wait to see Grandma. Can't do no wrong in her sight, man. Happy-go-lucky motherfucker. And the person that shows up to the door is this black man. And I went, I'm sorry. I'll be right back. I think we have the house." And I go down the steps and I go to the car and I knock on my mom's window. She's on the passenger side. My mom rolls down the window and I go, "Mom, I think we have the wrong house because there's a black man who lives here." And she looks past me and she goes, "Oh, no, we have the right house." Yeah, see, go up to the man and ask him for Cruz Martinez. Oh, in Spanish? Yes. In Spanish. You don't want me to translate it. No. Don't translate it. You won't understand it. Go up to him and ask him for Cruz Martinez in Spanish, just the way I told you. Are you serious? Just, Victor, please, just do what I tell you. Go up to the man and say, sí, por favor, puedo hablar con Cruz Martinez. Just like that. And, all right. So I climb up the stairs reluctantly. I looked the man in the eyes and I said, sí, puedo hablar con Cruz Martinez. And without missing a beat, the man says in perfect Cuban dialect, oh, sí, como no, mijito, debemos buscar. I went, what the? Not only is this guy blacker than night, he speaks perfect Cuban Spanish. I blew my mind. I was thinking, what Twilight Zone episode am I fucking in right now? That I was flabbergasted. The next person who arrives to the door is a spitting image of my mother. I mean, it could have been her clone. They could have been sisters. I looked at her, I go, Grandma, okay, I see the family resemblance here. Over here, I don't know if that can happen, but hey, Grandma, how you doing? So she goes, oh, how you doing? She invites me in, and I go in, and they introduced me to my Aunt Terry, who you can tell Aunt Terry is half black because she look black girl, little black girl, and so you know, apparently the blackness stuck on her, but not on us. Apparently, I'm thinking the black didn't just skip our generation apparently, and we go in, but I'm still skeptical. I'm like, what's going on, right? Is this really my grandfather, right? And it was like he was reading my mind because he's like, hey, I didn't catch your name. What's your name? I go, well, my name is Victor. He goes, well, so is mine. My name is Victor as well. I go, and I'm thinking, what a coincidence that both our names are Victor. He goes, and he went a step further and said, did you know that your mother named you after me? I went, what? He goes, yeah, you got your name for me. My name is Victor, and your mother named you after me. She gave you my name. So it was official. I mean, this has to be my mom's freaking dad because she named me after the motherfucker. So for most of my adolescent years, I thought I was half black. It wasn't until like I was like 13 that I finally, found out that he was my step grandpa. Because that's when I found out that my dad wasn't really my dad. He was my stepdad, and my grandpa wasn't really my grandpa. He was my step grandpa. So, yeah, it was, but yeah, I thought I was half black. I was like, black am I proud of? Say it loud. So, and I was rolling with it. But I could never, ever think of being racist or, against any black individual because my grandfather was black, and that was the only grandfather I had and the only one I knew. And that's how I found out what grandparents were. And remember that sweet, nurturing, ways on you hand and footing, you could do no wrong in her sight grandma that I wanted? I didn't get that one. I got the other one. I got the fucking manipulative, condescending, materialistic cunt of a fucking grandma that you possibly fucking get. This bitch was a fucking piece of work. I swear to God. I hated going to her fucking house. I hated it. You would go into her house, it was like a fucking museum. You couldn't fucking touch anything. You had to fucking just be in the living room, and only in the living room. You couldn't wander into any other part of the house because that was you couldn't do it, right? And she expected me to just sit still for whatever long that my mother was visiting. And apparently my mom and my grandmother reconciled because we started visiting my grandmother quite often, unfortunately. And so yeah, it was like, asking me to sit still for 5 minutes, that was an impossible feat for me. There's no way I was able to do that. She goes, if you want to jump, run, and climb on stuff, you do that shit outside. So if you want, wait for your mother outside. I went, psst, I'm not going, and I'll go straight outside because I couldn't do it. I wasn't there. It was physically impossible for me not to be climbing shit. I mean, every time in my neighborhood, there wasn't a tree that I hadn't climbed to the tip top. I mean, I'm not just saying just to the first branch. I'm talking about all the way to the fucking top. There, I could poke my head out and see the neighborhood all around. Yeah, that was me. I mean, shit. One of my heroes growing up was Tarzan. Matter of fact, you know, I thought to myself, if I ever wanted a job, that's the job I want to be. I want to be Tarzan. I want to run around the fucking the jungle, half-ass naked, wrestling with fucking tigers and lions and shit, and go swimming whenever the fuck I want. Yeah, that was my thing. I wanted. That's what I did. So the grandma, that one, she was just a piece of work, and I'll tell you, she treated my grandfather like a Hebrew motherfucking slave. I mean, that wasn't her husband. I felt like that was her slave because everything. Jesus fucking Christ! My mom once told her, "Can you fucking leave the man alone for at least 5 minutes for him to fucking enjoy a cup of coffee or some shit? Because fucking it's been nonstop since we fucking arrived that you're fucking haven't stopped been calling his fucking name for whatever fucking reason it is." I mean, seriously, I always thought to myself, that motherfucker don't got no backbone. This motherfucker just accepts it. But unfortunately, now that once I got married, I figured, oh, that was just married life, right? That was just married life. But yeah, no, I would have told that bitch to fucking go screw herself a long time. She's like, hey, can you hand me this? I would have been like, are your feet fucking broken? Are your legs not working? Are you paralyzed now that you can't fucking get your ass up yourself and grab that motherfucker yourself? It's like, fuck, bitch. I just finished working 12 hours and you want me to come home and fucking be your fucking slave and attend to you hand and foot. Fuck that shit. You got me fucked up, bitch. So yeah, that was my grandmother. And she was just, and I believe my grandfather was scared of her ass. Scared of leaving her ass. And I'll tell you why. Because my grandmother was into that fucking brujeria, witchcraft shit. You know, she was into that fucking voodoo and shit. Yeah, he was scared that fucking, if she left it. One day he got fed up with her and he left her. He'll be walking down the street and all of a sudden feel something roll down his leg and he looks and to find out it's his penis. This penis just fucking straight just fell off. You know, after seeing that, he'd be like, come back to her house and, oh baby, I don't know what I was thinking when I left you. I must have lost my mind. You're the love of my life, baby. I can't live without you. Trust and believe that. And can you do me a favor and maybe help me put this motherfucking ass bubble to fucking put this shit back on? And she's like, don't worry. In a week it'll grow back. So my grandfather was part lizard apparently, because if he loses an appendage, he fucking just grows back. So yeah, that was my grandmother for you, and that's grandma and grandpa. And then they wonder why I fucking turned out so great. Fucking role models like that, Jesus Christ. So that's my grandma and grandpa story. Hope you liked it. Hope you fucking laughed. Peace out. See you later.